Okay, so Justice League issue 1. Uh this I just got this yesterday. I'm sorry if I sound weird. I'm coming down with a cold. But um yeah, this and Flashpoint were the only books released by DC, and I went to pick them both up. I'll be doing a review of Flashpoint as a whole. So yeah, that's why I haven't been reviewing them. But uh I guess I have to preference the end of Flashpoint. So if you care about spoilers, you haven't read that issue yet, then just pause this. Um, at the end of Flashpoint, we kind of get why this occurs, why the new universe or the relaunch occurs, and it's kind of rushed, and I can see why people would get annoyed by it, but I don't know, it could have been a lot worse. Um, I guess. I guess it makes sense how he's trying because he's the whole thing is that he's losing memories. He's rapidly losing his memories, and they're being replaced by new ones from this universe. So he has to remember as much as he can and put all the pieces together when he's trying to get the universe back together. And there's this mysterious woman as well, who I hope gets explained why in the new Flash book, because she just popped up out of nowhere really. But yeah, and that's what kind of creates this universe that is the DC that we know, but not really the DC we know. So yeah, um, so on to the issue, Justice League issue 1. A lot of people, um, a lot of people are mixed on this. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter who say it's the worst thing that's ever happened to DC. A lot of people commented on Captain Logan's Cat Picks 3 video, or comic reviews. I can't remember what it's called. But I saw this one comment which is just extremely overreactive. And he just wrote a paragraph of like how he hated Flashpoint and how he hated Justice League and stuff. And he was just like, DC Comics is dead. I was like, really? Because this wasn't bad. This was actually quite enjoyable. I mean, it wasn't. I don't know. It was. I hear a lot of people talking about how this has been done loads of times before, but it kind of feels like its own thing. It feels. I like how they call it like Justice League and not JLA or Justice League of America, because that's what a lot of the titles are called. But it really feels like a new universe, and it's hard to say something that hasn't been said before in a different review. Um, I kind of want to quote. This isn't me, but this is BK Critic felt this up. But I really like how they reworked Batman and Green Lantern's relationship. They kind of took it from what it was in the old universe. I'd say post pre Flashpoint universe. You can call it that. Or the pre 52 universe. They took it from what it was back then and kind of turned it so it's not that they hate each other. It's that they kind of they play off each other. They kind of like a it's kind of like a buddy cop movie. Um, it reminds me a lot, like Mano said, it reminds me a lot of Cop Out and stuff like that. And I think it's really enjoyable. It's kind of like Green Lantern thinks he's way too cocky, but then again, when has Hal Jordan ever been way too cocky? I really that's kind of what I like about him. Um, and he's just starting out being a Green Lantern. You can tell he's only been a Green Lantern for about we know it's about a year, so he's kind of just like he thinks he can deal with everything. That at the end of the issue we see he's a bit wrong about, um, and yeah, I don't really want to go through the issue that much because so many YouTubers have kind of explained it. If you want a spoiler review, you can always go watch BK's video. I'll link it in the bottom. But yeah, the I kind of like how Jeff Johns is doing it, where it looks like he's going to introduce a character at the end of every issue, which he does a lot in a lot of different books. But this is kind of because this is the formation of the Justice League. Basically, I warn you now if you haven't read the issue. The front cover, we see three of those characters, and only two of them are superheroes. We see Batman, Green Lantern, are kind of talking, and then we see a kind of the subplot of probably the uh, the next couple issues of Justice League, which is going to be the origin of Cyborg when he gets destroyed and rebuilt, and then we get one character um, kind of revealed at the end of the issue, which is awesome. Um, I just kind of want to talk to that. I know I'm skipped to the end of the issue, but I kind of want to talk to about the last bit where it's I don't want to spoil it, but it's really cool, and I don't know if I can say this without spoiling it, because a lot of people just haven't been able to pick this up because it's been sold out a lot of places. But it has one of those things where it's kind of like next issue, blah blah blah, and it really gets you hyped for the next issue. I'm really enjoying this. A lot of people hated it, a lot of people liked it. I gotta say, I'm on the side that liked it. I have faith in the new 52. Not to say that I think it needed to be done, but um, you gotta you gotta admit it has helped DC. As much as a lot of people were saying, "Oh, this isn't gonna help," whatever they do, this isn't. How many people were bashing it? This comic sold so many so many issues. It's uncanny, and I bet issue 2 will sell maybe not as much, but will sell a lot. So yeah, kind of want to talk about the character designs. Green Lantern is not changed at all. Green Lantern has exactly the same costume as always. Maybe they'll change it over time, but from what I can see, Batman, he's back to the big bat, which I don't know. I like the circle better. I like the Batman in costume. I kind of hope they keep it, but it kind of gives off kind of an Arkham Asylum vibe to it. I don't know. It's just kind of some of the shots where the gloves and the boots and stuff. If you played Arkham's Asylum, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Quickly want to talk about. I can't though, because I promised you non-spoilers. Damn it! All right. Anyway, the villain for the new Justice League, I think is a good choice. I think if it's something that needs to bring the Justice League together, is a good choice of a villain. A lot of people are like, oh, that's a generic villain with the Justice League, but yeah, but like it's just like I'm sure in the new relaunch of Detective Comics, Joker's going to be the main bad guy because and Aquaman. Okay, maybe I wonder if Aquaman will get Black Manta. It's actually quite interesting. I should have done a video on what I think is going to happen in all my full. Yeah, whatever. Getting off topic. I think that's kind of it, covering all my things about the issue. A lot of things I didn't say because they've already been said 100 times by other people. Go see Manus's review or BK Critics or Captain Logan's. You know, I'll put a bunch of links in the description of people who are better than me. Yeah, I guess I'll move on to the art. Now, if you've ever been in my bedroom, which I really hope none of you have, because that would be very creepy, you know that Jim Lee is my favorite artist of all time. I have a gazillion posters with, well, not maybe a gazillion. I don't even know if that is a unit of measurement of numbers. That made no sense. I'm really tired. I have loads of posters of his art. I have a bunch of Jim Lee comics. I have a bunch of Jim Lee sketchbooks, and Jim Lee's awesome, and it makes this issue probably if Jim Lee wasn't the artist in this issue, I'd still say it's good, but that's what makes this issue awesome. Just the fight scenes, it looks like every panel took like a day to draw because it's just so detailed and so. If you've seen Ghibli art, you know it's amazing.